Now you might be wondering, how the heck did I do that? I didn't lift up a single finger or press down the register key once. That's what today's video is about. It's about partials. Now you might be asking, what the heck is a partial? I'll explain right now. This is something that has completely changed how I play the clarinet. Partials come from what's called the harmonic series. The harmonic series is where you have a fundamental note, and as you play it, you often hear overtones. Overtones are notes that are higher than the note that is being played. Those overtones that you are hearing are different partials. Now, all wind instruments use the harmonic series. Think about brass instruments that only have 3 valves. Because of the limited number of combinations they have several notes that are on the same fingering. This is a similar concept in woodwind instruments as well. The best way to illustrate the harmonic series is by using a string. Imagine that you cut the string in half. It will then vibrate much faster than it was before. When it vibrates faster, it essentially produces a higher frequency or a higher note. As you keep cutting the string in half, it'll keep vibrating faster and creating higher frequencies. Those higher frequencies are different partials that are on the same fundamental note. So let's take a note, C, and say we want to go from first partial to second partial. Second partial is an octave above first partial, so we essentially go to another C. Then to go from second to third partial, we go up a fifth, so we go from C to G. And then to go to fourth partial, we go up a fourth from third partial, so we go G to C. Then to go from fourth to fifth partial, it's up a third, so we go from C to E. Notice how as we keep going up, the intervals between partials keep getting shorter and shorter. That's because we keep cutting the string in half. Now most instruments go through all the partials. Take flute for example. Starting on F, I will go up an octave, then a fifth, and then a fourth. Same thing with the saxophone. Now the clarinet is unique from other instruments as overblowing fundamental notes gets a 12th or an octave and a fifth above. Essentially, we skip second partial and go straight from first to third partial. The clarinet only plays on the odd partials. Essentially, you press different parts of the reed to get different partials. When you change partials on the clarinet, you need to pull the clarinet into your mouth and stretch your mouth. Like that. Now the reason why we often lift fingers for certain notes in the upper registers, especially altissimo, is because the notes tend to go flat with all the fingers down. In a perfect world, the clarinet would have a register key for every single partial, but it does not, so that is why we lift up certain fingers to allow it to vent. Now you probably recall when you were a beginner and you were trying to cross the break for the first time. You probably did something like you probably pulled the clarinet into your mouth and stretched your mouth because that is the start of third partial. Even when you put the register key down, it's still important to pull the clarinet into your mouth and stretch your mouth when changing partials. Doing so allows you to press the part of the reed that needs to vibrate for the tone to be created. Sometimes you may even need to stretch your mouth while in the same partial. For example, so from here you'll need to stretch your mouth. So this is first partial on the clarinet. It starts from E and goes to B flat. Then we go to third partial. B to C, and then from here we go to fifth partial. The same note can be in different partials depending on the fingering you're using. Depending on the passage that you're playing, I often recommend trying to keep notes in the same partial when possible. Especially as you get into the altissimo register, there is a lot of overlap between notes and their partials. Okay, we're going to start with a simple exercise that will kind of help you get the feel for pulling the clarinet into your mouth. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out, out, in, out, in. Ready? Let's do it with me. 1, 2, ready, go. out, out, in, out, out, in. That's a little exaggerated, but that's essentially what you will be doing as you change partials. Alright, now let's start on C, and I want you to hold the note for 2 beats, then rest for 2 beats, and during those 2 beats of rest, pull the clarinet into your mouth and get ready to play the next partial, and then you'll hold that for 2 beats, and then rest for 2 beats. Make sure when you do this, you still maintain that same he shape that we've talked about in previous videos, and make sure the back of the tongue is in the right position. When going to 7th and 9th partial, you may end up coming back up a little bit on your mouthpiece depending on what kind you're using. For example, you can go. It entirely depends what you're comfortable with and how your mouthpiece is best suited to it. Now let's try articulating in half notes as you change partial. If you can get that, I would try slurring them. I didn't articulate there. The reason I recommend trying to slur them if you're able to articulate them is because often when you have technical passages of music, you will have to change partials while slurring. For middle schoolers, I recommend trying to hit 3rd partial, and if you can, go up to 5th partial. For high schoolers, I recommend trying to hit 5th partial, and if you can go up to 7th or 9th partial, go for it. Another important thing is when changing partials, try not to squeeze the note out, as doing so will affect the tone quality and will make it sound less great. The easiest way to get into this habit is to practice passages slow and make sure you prep. For example, when I'm playing the C major scale, I will already be pulling the clarinet into my mouth when I get to A to prepare for B. This is something that takes a while to learn, but if you can get it, it is so worthwhile. Alright guys, I hope that was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or would like a different topic covered, please drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a wonderful day.